get started with functional training workout today. Hope you're having a good week so far. We're going to start with a nice warm up. So if everyone wants to stand up, find some space around you. We're going to warm up the lower body and start with some lunge pivot with the reach. So I'll show you what that looks like. So everyone's up. So standing in the lunge position, nice wide stance. You're going to take your opposite arm from this lead leg, and you're going to kind of just slightly reach over top of the body, coming back up, pivoting the feet to the other side. And if it's the right leg, now it's your left arm that reaches over. And then pivot again, slowly on the way down. Reach just slightly over the midline of the body. Pivot the feet. And again, just continue doing this movement. Warm up the lower body, a little bit of balance and coordination. Some general mobility. Get you off your chair. We'll go one more each side. Good. Okay. Now we're going to work our way down to the floor, and we're going to do some glute bridge variations. So lying flat down, feet are flat on the floor, rest your head down, lifting your butt off the ground, dig in the heels, nice and high. Hold it in that position for a few seconds. Raise one leg off the ground, try to keep the hips level so it's not sinking to one side. And lift your leg as high as you can. Holding that. You're going to feel that on the opposite side, the glute here. And without dropping your body down, set that foot down and switch. Start with it bent and then extend it. Holding for 3 more seconds, maintaining that level hips. And switch one more time. Up to the bent knee. Extend. And switch last time. Bent, keeping the hips up. Extend that leg. Setting it down. Now rest it down. Good. That was phase number 1. Phase number 2, we're going to do a bit of a marching, so a little quicker. So it's up, and you're just alternating. So 1, down, 2, down. The entire time you're doing this movement, keeping the hips level and the glutes engaged, so you're squeezing. Digging that heel into the floor. 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. And we're just going to set up for 1 sec. Now we're going to do a scapular wall hold, but on the floor. So we've done this on the wall. It's a simpler movement. Now on the floor is much harder. So what you're going to do in that same position, lying down with your feet planted, dig your elbows into the ground. And what you're going to do is you're going to push up so that the upper part of your shoulders and your head and your neck come off the ground. So it seems like a small movement, but it's actually quite difficult. It's really good for your upper back to stabilize. So it's up, hold it for 2 seconds, and then down. Digging your elbows into the floor, push, and down. Continue doing that movement. Switch the position if you need to. We'll go 2 more. And down. And then we're going to turn over, and we're going to do the opposite. So this time it's the scapular push-ups from the knees. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Instead of doing a full push-up, what you're going to do is keep the arms extended, and you're going to sink down the shoulder blades, pulling them together, and then separating them. Squeezing the shoulder blades in and releasing them out. So do a few of these. Try not to bend your arms. There's no arm or triceps involved here. Just stabilizing and mobilizing that shoulder girdle. Two more. and done. And then we're slowly going to stand up. Quick drink of water. That was a good warm up. And then we're going to grab a weight and some other items I'm going to show you in a second. So take 30 seconds and we'll get started here. So if you do happen to have an item like an exercise resistance band or a skipping rope or any really household item, a belt, any kind of clothing accessory we're going to use to put on the floor here. And it's going to basically just divide left and right. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some hop overs. And we're going to start with a double foot hop over. So you're going to place an item down on the floor. So I'm going to use this here. And whatever you have on hand. And make sure you have enough ceiling space above you. And we're just going to start nice and simple, just to get this lateral movement. We're going to hop over, landing, bending the knees, hopping back. You can get the arms involved so that you have that coordination. Swinging back as you land. And we'll just keep this tempo going. It's just about the landing. We're not going for height. And hold it. Okay, now we're going to do one leg. So let's start on the left, keeping this one elevated. Up, land, land, like so. Switch. Switch again. Switch last time. Oops. There we go, it happens. And done, good. Turn that around. Now we're gonna work in a different plane of motion here. So we're gonna go forwards and backwards. Okay, ready? And here we go. And done. And you know what's coming? Single leg, here we go. Switch. And done. Okay. Move that out of the way. Okay. If you have a heavier weight, go ahead and grab that. We're going to do our squat figure eights. Okay, so in a squat position, weight in the middle, stay down, and you're going to pull the weight in an 8 pattern, like so. And we're going to do 10 each direction. All right, here we go. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards, the other way. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Set that down. And we're back to the floor. And we're going to do 2 deep breaths. Good. And we're going to do a quick mobility exercise before we move on to our next strength exercise. Okay. So thoracic rotations, hand at the elbow, or sorry, hand at the ear. Bring the elbow down and then rotate up, pointing your elbow to the ceiling. Reach underneath and twist. Nice and slow. Switch sides. One more. And done. Good. Okay. So now we're going to do our plank push-ups. So this is a really good strength and upper body endurance exercise. So you're going to be in a push-up position, or you can start in the plank position on your elbows. And you're going to push yourself up to your hands and then back down. And you want to make sure it's hard, but you have to remember it's up and down on the same side, and then you switch. So you're not always pushing yourself up on one side. Gotta have that balance, but sometimes it takes a lot of coordination and motor skills to remember what you were doing, okay? So here we go. We're gonna do 12 all together. So start in that plank position, ready? Hold it, and go, and push up, here we go. 1, down, other side, 2, down, back to the right, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 more. And done. Okay. Take your time getting up. Drink of water, 30-second break before we move on. And we're going to need 1 hand weight for this next exercise. Okay. So we're going to do our advanced version of the wood chop with the lunge. So instead of staying in one position, or instead of the level 2, which is the up, we're going to add the lunge jump. So a lot more power involved here, a lot more coordination and balance. Because when you go down with the weight, you're going to hop when you switch feet. So the coordination is really vital here. So grab that weight, start with it on the outside of your body, up, engaged, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And done. Set that down. Stay moving. Active recovery. Okay, using that same weight, more balance here. We're going to do a one-legged, one-arm row. So you have to do all 10 on one side and try not to set the foot down. So weight is in your right hand and your right foot is going to be kicked behind you, okay? So you're here, I'll show you. Kicking that right leg behind. Bent knee is in front. and then you're going to do the row. Here we go. And 10, excellent. A lot harder than it looks. One leg is holding us up. Switch, here we go. And 10, awesome. Set that down. And try to stay moving as well. Try not to sit down. Okay, and then back to the floor. Okay, instead of doing the plank push-ups like we did the first round, we're just gonna do the Spider-Mans, okay? So much like the mountain climbers, you're not driving your knees in and out quickly, you're bringing the foot up towards the hand that's planted, okay? So starting in the push-up position, we're up, bringing that foot up to the hand, and back down. Switch sides, we'll keep doing this. 1. If you can't bring the foot up to the hand, touch the elbow to the knee, like so. Okay, it's still a good range of motion. Three more. Slowly up. Good. Okay, let's take a water break. Okay, and we're back down to the floor. Okay, 2 deep breaths. Okay, in this position, you're gonna have 4-point position. So your hands and knees, hands are underneath your shoulders. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna open your body up. So your hand is on your hip, keeping your hand planted and knee planted. And you're gonna have 1 foot out here, and you're gonna bring it directly behind you, and directly in front of you, and then back to the middle, and then up, down, up, down. Repeat. Forwards, backwards, up, and down. A couple more rounds of those. Keeping the leg extended, up and down. Really working the glutes here. Switch sides. Yep, and we're here. So forwards, backwards, make sure you have enough room. Up and down. Forwards, backwards. Back to the middle, up and down 2 more times. Nice and slow. Last one. And done. Good. So really the objective there is an isometric hold. Your glute medius and max on the side here are contracted the whole time. And you're getting more mobility and hinging that joint there. Nice fluid motions. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is grabbing that hand weight, rotating ourselves. We're going to lie down with our weight. Make sure you have enough room behind you. Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be pulling that weight behind your head Lifting your feet off the ground, and you're going to meet in the middle. For one, bring it down to the bottom, and then for the second one, you're going to pull yourself up and lift the weight over your head. So a lot of core work here, but also mobility, that range of motion. So down, open, close, open, up. Here we go. Down, open, close, down, open, up. Let's go 3 more. Good. Set that weight down. 1 foot over the leg. Arm on here, pushing down against the leg this way. Doing a stretch on the outside. Setting that down, switching sides. Okay, and Russian twists. So we're here with the weight, feet off the ground, touch the floor on each side, keeping the feet up. Don't let them touch the floor. Don't rotate too quickly, just like this tempo. Set it down. Hurdler stretch. One leg is extended, one leg is inside, and you're just going to reach forward. Don't grab the toes, but you can point the toes up and towards you to make it harder. And switch sides. Same thing, don't grab the toes, but point them up and reach a little bit. Okay, switching to a pigeon stretch, so keep this leg here, the other leg bent behind you like this. If you want to make it more difficult, the rear leg fully extend, and then you're leaning over top of this front leg here. Okay, you can also change the direction. There's lots of variations you can do here until you feel on that outside of the thigh and the glutes. Drop it down, switch sides. And drop down. We're going to get into a kneeling position. 90-degree angle with your front leg. Hip flexor stretch, so lean forward, opposite arm over the knee, and rotate. Bring it back to the middle. Let's try to go down a little further. And grab that position. Okay, switch sides. Back to the middle, and we'll go down even lower. Okay, finish off the stretches with a nice child's pose stretch of sitting on the heels, reaching forward along the ground, tucking the head in and hold. One deep breath. And down one more time. Sliding up. One more breath again. And done. Good. Okay. And thanks everyone for participating today with the functional training workouts. And we have all our previous sessions on our IGTV and on our website, senecasting.ca. We have all our archived classes. So thanks again for joining. Have a good rest of the week. Stay hydrated and be well.